Hi. This morning I raised a point of interest about the HSC Module A texts Frankenstein and Bladerunner. Now let's look at an issue, and the issue we'd like to look at is the human body, which becomes a site of contestation in both texts. In other words, assumptions about the human form are interrogated. In Frankenstein, the human form is seen as something, structured and beautiful, almost sacred. And that is why Frankenstein spends so much time explaining Elizabeth's perfect hair and skin. She is beauty itself. He also spends narrative time explaining his mother's beauty, which is translated into her actions. Her physical and moral outlook are one and the same. His project to create and extend human life, therefore, is an extension of this desire to glorify and capture the human form, the perfectibility of humankind, which was an ideal of the Enlightenment. The body is either perfect in the novel or imperfect, and this reflects one's inner moral life as well. Shelley critiques this Enlightenment ideal because the body that Frankenstein creates is the antithesis of human perfectibility. In a sense, this confrontation of the perfect with the imperfect underpins the drama that ensues in the novel. Why would Frankenstein create a companion for the monster if it means flooding the world with more imperfection? In Blade Runner, the body is still a site of contestation, but what's at stake now is not so much what is perfect or what is imperfect, but the actual form of the body. What exactly constitutes the human form? Does the body contain emotions? Is the body purely utility? Or is it at the service of corporate greed? Or is the body the seat of human compassion? The markers that constitute the form of the human body have become blurred. Human characters are cold and compared to the replicants who mourn the death of one of their own. The replicants gain our empathy, and our attitude to Deckard is ambivalent. We're not sure whether he's human or not. Even J.F. Sebastian, who is a symbol of the human body that has become contaminated, premature aging, which leads to his rejection, and the only source of comfort he has drawn is from the androids. Thus we see a clear transition in Frankenstein. There is a precise notion of what the human form should look like, but in the movement from the context of the 1800s to Ridley Scott's 1980s, a context riddled with innovations in genetic engineering, the human form is no longer so clearly identifiable, highlighting the way changing ideological assumptions affect the way we view and determine the human form.